nimbata mbeta kitubabu du boy boy ngana ko do be do ku boy ngaki na nyinken ni moyo boy pura e bungolo nyi boro na bungo hani lento am futaji boy de jibe lu njumale ya funye koy babul lola ama me ila bungo jibe abadame
jara foyte lafta fulanye man balwo kalam
mo balwo fo balwo ko burlo ko fanan kele boy
nyim bungo jala be nyamende abe mo balwo la do ko
nyin kunna soniata ta www.baluwo.com anim baluwo isela bulloran jorangol be sang anila kudula asatare mambata jorangol membuko sementol kenyo babarol nil peruol woninga nyon jamal ta baluwo.com yin jorangol be sang ila dinkira bado adungite batara je anim baluwo ifangole marate la kudula.
Hey there, you must have heard about a new viral disease called COVID-19, or most popularly, coronavirus. The World Health Organization has declared the coronavirus outbreak a pandemic. Here are some myths and facts about the coronavirus COVID-19.
Wow, Manuma Diga. Getting the coronavirus is a death sentence.
No, Lord Digga. According to a study by the Chinese Center for Disease Control on February 18, the virus has only killed about 2.3% of the people who have contracted it.
I'm afraid that's not true as well. Bro, hale, munna ko am?
Boy, they gonna swami COVID-19. You will know.
No. How would you know, my friend? COVID-19 causes a wide range of symptoms, which might resemble those of other respiratory illnesses. Plus, it takes about 14 days before the symptoms start showing, so it would be very hard to know if you had it.
Because I heard garlic can prevent it.
Garlic is good for you, but whether it prevents the disease or not hasn't been confirmed yet.
Bro, hey, must be munula prevent from having the disease, okay? Bulna saboba. But with that said, the mask should be worn by infected people so it can cover their coughs and sneezes. It can also be worn by people taken care of and coming in close proximity with someone who's infected.
We are safe in the Gambia because they gonna heat can kill the virus. They can be more the fatanga.
Sister, uyuma, ken hamangundah tangay bi dina ray virus bi, wala did it. Right now, it's too early to tell if the heat kills it because studies are just on the way. Lidar, leng ar suñ boba rek.
To keep the body in good health is a duty, and as Gambians, we know a healthy life is important to us as a country. Let us keep it that way. Please share this message with your friends and loved ones. May God continue to bless us.
Do not be scared. Just take care.
This message was brought to you by Spike Media and XT Expression.
Hello, it is 11:40 hours from our studios in Banjul, where we give you updates on the state of coronavirus in the world. Now, according to the World Health Organization, there are more than 200,000 confirmed cases, accounting to over 8,000 deaths globally as of Thursday, the 19th of March 2020. Now, Europe accounts of over 4,000 deaths, Southeast Asia 23 deaths, and Eastern Mediterranean over thousands of deaths. Now, deaths in the American counts to more than 100, while Africa recorded 700 or of 367 confirmed cases. Africa, and of course, keep eye on the latest development. And last evening, the government of the Gambia suspends flights from all affected countries in the West. A move that was highly anticipated by the people of the country. And of course, Africa Ibrahim Ba is currently at the Banjul International Airport to monitor the movement of the air buses. And I'm glad to say he's on the line now. Ibrahim, good morning once again. And of course, we spoke earlier on this morning. Now, what more can you tell us about the situation at the airport?
Good morning, Amadou. Thank you for linking us back again. And we are right at the airport. And this time, if you watch in the background, you will realize that we are just leaving the tarmac and the landing point few meters away from us.
Yeah.
And this is another development that we are now in the airport, BJL International Airport already.
Exactly. So I was asking, what is the situation right now since we spoke in the morning? Have anything changed? Is flights, are the flights now coming in and also departing from the airport?
Yeah, as you know, airport is a complicated place, and things continue changing, and we observe a number of development issues that are taking place here. Earlier on, we spotted Gambia experience that was facilitating the movement of British nationals in the Gambia who are called back by their government. These were, citizens of the United Kingdom who were in the Gambia for various reasons, including tourism, enjoying the sandy beaches and the hot sun that we have in the Gambia. So Gambia experience brought them in buses, and we observed their movement to the terminal lawn. Later on, also we spotted Alcamba is another tour operator bringing in Polish national, those from Poland, who are also equally called back by their government. We don't know what the reason for these calls are about, because Gambia announced the suspension of flight from almost all destinations affected by the coronavirus. So we don't know whether it is like a tit-for-tat game as of now. That is what the government have to clear later on. But as far as the airport is concerned, right now we are there and we are ready to give updates as to what is happening with regards to flight. Just behind me here, you can see a flight which bears the mark enter. Maybe the footage is also so that, it's just arriving. So since then, we did not see a lot of people coming out, but we spotted some seemingly crew members who were received at the door of the airliner by personnel of the GIA. But the beautiful thing I can tell you about at the airport is we have the public relations officer of the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority, who will be talking to us later. He is Lamin Diba. He is now receiving us, and he will be giving us update as to who else is coming. And Lamin will be talking to us as to what airline else is coming, or what is the process. How do they receive the suspension of flight? What does it mean for the airport? Okay. These are technicalities that we believe that he is a strong PRO. Tonight, he will be joining me and to discuss that. Earlier, before that also, another flight that is just somewhere behind me is the one, we call it, the one that is going to take the police, the British, and other people who have to leave the Gambia tonight back to their various homes. So this is an airline, and then the boarding of that airline will take place anytime soon, because at the reception we observed that all the checking is being done, and you can see their baggage, the luggage is already intact.
Now, I was quickly going to ask, before you speak to the PRO of the Gambia Civil Aviation, of course, the impact of the coronavirus is spreading by the day. Now, those people going home to the Europe, of course, where we have now witnessed thousands of deaths. Have they indicate any signs of worry, or did they raise concern of any such? Because now that they are going home, where the impact is rather bigger than here in the Gambia.
Yes, actually, in the Gambia, we're talking about one case, but in Europe and America, there are hundreds of cases. You just read the statistics delivered by the World Health Organization this morning. As of yesterday, they said it's in thousands. People are dying in Europe and the West. But in Gambia, so far, it is one case confirmed, no death. And the spread of the disease is not yet confirmed, apart from that case, which was a patient from the United Kingdom. But what we observe also at the airport, there are a lot of mechanism in place. At all entry points, there are health checks. In fact, Africa is being offered with a sanitizer, a hand sanitizer that we appreciated, although my CEO had one already for me.
Yeah.
But this is just to tell you that, the airport is not taking things lightly.
Okay.
So we try to talk to some of these tourists who are, getting ready to go back to their various countries to talk to them, but very few of them is, in fact, none of them is willing to talk to us. What they do is just to say hi, and then I think they are trying to keep distance. But I think Gambians are not the ones we run away from right now, because we only have one case and no spread is yet confirmed. So that is the case. So actually, this is the airport, and in fact, the process through which we go to get our visitor's card, if you can spot, and then the jackets, I think the reflector you see me putting on front, and of course, my technical backstop also has a similar one, was rigorous. So in all gates, you have to get into gates after gate, where every point you have to be subjected to, security, health checks. And I think this is a positive move, because in the wake of this virus, WHO said for anyone to think that you will not contact with the disease is a big mistake. It's a grave mistake according to the World Health Organization. So who are we to, compromise? So you can now see, as you can see, the airliner that is come to lift back their nationals back to Europe. They are boarding now. The gate is being opened, and we can see the officials of Gambia International Airline facilitating their going in. And this is what is happening right now. You can see both doors, both the front and the back doors are open, and the foreign nationals are now going back to their countries. You can also see their luggages, which are being facilitated for entry into the airports. It is a busy moment at the airport, I think. And then some of these people didn't actually complete their holidays.
Yeah.
According to the Alcamba, tour operator, and notification to us that they are called back by their various governments. So this is already happening. But you can see how well it is facilitated at the airport here. So the bus. So it is thought that the second Airbus that just came in, apart from the few crew members we saw disembarking from it, no other person. So it is likely to be a cargo for these tourists, a cargo bus for these tourists. But all that will be clarified later on by the public relation of manager here we have. So the airport. So you can see also another bus is just coming. And then the bus crossing, I think people are in there.
Yeah.
And then we can observe that it is Brussels Airlines, and they are going, going back to their country. Okay, yeah, the bus is taking.
Hello. It looks like we are having some technical hiccups there. We will try to link back to Ibrahima, of course, to continue discussing on the situation down there at the Banjul International Airport, where some of the foreign nationals, specifically in the United Kingdom, that is UK, and of course Poland, have recalled back their nationals or citizens to go back. Of course, this is after the Gambia declared suspension of arrival of flights from 13 European countries, and it looks like Ibrahima is back on the line. Hello, Ibrahima. Oh, okay. He is not yet back, and as I was saying, the technicians are working hard to link him again. And like I said, we would of course continue to monitor and look at the impact of the virus in the country and of course beyond as well, because this is a global pandemic. It's affecting everybody and everywhere in the world. Thousands so far has died, and many more thousands are affected. And the disease keep on spreading by the day. It's become a worrisome, as also efforts are still ongoing from all areas in all sectors, especially in the health sector, to face the disease or making sure that the disease can be ended. But apparently it looks very, very challenging, I can say. But I mean, we hope that any time or any any time soon. Of course, there would be a vaccine for the coronavirus, but as and until then, the challenges would be definitely enormous from all areas. This is around the world. And as I said earlier on also, that according to the World Health Organization, there are more than 200,000 confirmed cases, accounting for over 8,000 deaths globally as of Thursday, the 19th of March 2020. And of course, Europe counts of over 4,000 deaths. All right, in the Southeast Asia, 23 deaths confirmed so far, and in the Eastern Mediterranean, over 1,000 deaths also have really happened. And yeah, I'm told that Ibrahima Press is back online. Yes, Ibrahima, you were talking about very important, issues with regard to the situation, and of course those, UK nationals and of course police who are about to leave the shores of the Gambia and return back to their respective countries. Now I will just ask you quickly, I know you will be talking to the PRO of the Gambia Aviation Authority any moment from now, but then have you also spotted any other government officials on the ground maybe to observe the situation, apparently, as we have some other nationals leaving the country, looking at the situation at the moment?
Majority of the people we saw at the airport, especially boarding flights, are actually foreign nationals, and generally they are the people from the United Kingdom and Poland, as we confirm from those two operators, and we understand few others also who bought their tickets to go back. We are already at the airport loan. So another maybe issue I can notify you of is the presence of the public health office at the airport. I think they are doing a busy work here, and we saw them, facilitating the movement of people within the center there to disinfect whatever they told should be considered. And the airline also, upon people leave the VIP loan, they are responsible for making sure the health checks are enforced. So we will try to speak to them later on. So at the moment, 2 buses or about 3 have passed us here going to the foot of the aircraft, meaning that this is a large cargo, large bus, so will only bus or not, we will now get to okay, there is another flight coming.
Okay.
That is just landing. You can spot from the point of from our point of here.
Yeah, Ibrahim, if you can hear me, for clarity purpose also, I was also going to ask just quickly before you can identify where that plane is coming from. Would you also clarify to say, of course, despite the ban from the government of the 13 European countries, there will be also other flights that will be landing at the Banjul International Airport, as you are trying to figure out where the plane or that flight is coming from.
Yeah, this is an important aspect of the scenario, but for these questions, whether other flights are allowed to come in or not, what does the suspension mean? Let me just welcome Lamin Diba, who is the PR manager at the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority. Lamin, welcome.
Thank you. First, I must take the opportunity to thank iAfrica TV for enhancing our engagement with the public. When this corona thing started, what we first did as an entity is to call all the stakeholders. If you observe, like you said, the airport is run in a complex network of operators. We have the GCAA, we have the airlines, we have the other stakeholders. What happens here is the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority is mandated by an act of parliament to manage an international airport, among a host of other things, which include providing air service navigation services and regulating air transport to international standards. These are the tripartite functions. One of the basic functions that we do now, that is operating the airport as we speak, means we are going to put into effect whatever it is that government is saying. Like you said in your introduction, that the 2 flights you see, the inter-airline flight you're saying and the Gambia Experience flights you're saying, are basically relief flights. Relief flights are flights that are sent in empty. It's only the crew in the flight, and they're coming for one purpose, to repatriate. to take people back, people that are already here. And this is why it is important for us to go back to the question. If the airport had been completely closed, we have citizens of other states who are here in the Gambia, and states have got interest in their citizens, like you said in the introduction, and they take their citizens back. So technically, the airport operation is cut down to the very minimum. But then this is still allowing for states to come in empty. Government has said two things. One is some states are suspended. When you are suspended, it means an aircraft from that suspended state can come in empty with the only sole purpose of repatriating your citizens, repatriating your passengers. And then when you are restricted, it means when you come into this airport, anybody you are bringing in is going to mandatory quarantine for the next 14 days. And that's the meaning. Suspended, you can come in but empty. You only come in here to repatriate whoever you have here. But if you are restricted as a state, a passenger from the state can only come here knowing fully well that the only thing you have is you're going for mandatory quarantine. Whether you have it or not will be dictated after the 14 days of mandatory quarantine. And that is it. In the background, what I said before, states, tour operators have sent in relief aircraft to get their people back. Somewhere here on holiday. The Gambia is a tourist destination, and people have. Now that the corona has hit, what we are doing at the airport now is reducing technically the operation to allow states to pick those who are suspended to only come and pick. And home from the restricted state, you're going to non-Gambian, you're going to quarantine. Because ultimately, our interest as an entity, a public entity, is to safeguard the collective safety and health of this populace. Because